In this video demonstration, I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful, simple, but yet really effective Christmas card. Something that you can make up in less than sort of 10 minutes, start to finish, and is great for making your batch cards using the beautiful new JND541 Robin Branch die set. The die set has 3 dies. It has 2 dies that make the robin, and then we've added a bonus of a little strip of sweeping boughs in there, so you get 3 of the sort of smallest piece. So a great bonus addition to that, because that was included in the metal and you might as well have it. So let's see how this card was made. So to make this beautiful but simple card, we're going to use the brand new JND541 Robin Branch, which is a gorgeous sort of die to give you a stained glass look, if you want, to a beautiful design of a robin on a branch with holly all around him. And this comes as 3 dies, so you get 2 dies. This one will give you all of the inside line and also give you the pieces if you want to paper piece this. It is a little bit delicate, but if you enjoy paper piecing, this could be a fab one to do. You then get this die. This gives you, first of all, an outside line all the way around. So again, if you want to add this as a stained glass look to another card, it's a perfect rim to do that with. Have a look, check out one of the other videos to see how that's used. And the inside piece of this is a completely solid piece behind it, which allows you to very easily get a beautiful solid look as we saw on the original card. So I'm going to start with cutting this. And what I need to do is I need to use both of these. So I've got a piece of gold waterfall card and a piece of just plain black essential card. And on the plain black, I want that fine line. So I'm going to cut the fine line die across there. And I always make sure I put it across in a nice way, because this will give me a perfect outside piece to use for another project. So simply going to tape that down. And then the larger die goes onto the gold. And again, in a similar way. But remember, when you're sticking down to mirror card, or this sort of glitter card, use a piece of sellotape to put that through. And you simply need to run those 2 pieces through your die cutting machine. So those have been run through my die cutting machine. So if I take off the black piece, you'll see straight away, if I pop this out, and it is a little delicate, so just take a little bit of time to ease that out. But every section of it cuts and cuts perfectly out. So let's just ease this one out. Perhaps shouldn't have popped that quite in the middle. There we go. So taking this one out, there we go. You see, you get all of the pieces you need for the fall away. So the perfect piece if you want to create a sort of shadow look. But then you get all of the little bits that you need for the rim. So every piece comes out of there. So I'm not going to do all of that, as that's quite boring for you to watch to do that one. But you will notice that you have this little piece here, which would fit in, which gives you the eye. The eye can't be connected, but you want to keep that piece. So you want to use that to denote where the eye goes. So we take that one to one side, and you can see here the gold one. And when we take away the gold one, what you'll see on this one is, first of all, you get the perfect rim. So again, that will work on the other piece to give you an offset. So keep hold of that waist. It will then give you a perfect rim all the way around. So you just have to gently ease that away. Remember, we've used a gold card, so it takes a little bit of time just to ease that out. If you struggle cutting this sort of waterfall glitter card, then cut it down onto a metal shim. That will give you a complete, real sort of crunch finish to it. So the best way to explain it is that the die presses down onto the metal and gives it a perfect finish. So let's just take this off everywhere it needs to be. So just taking that little bit of time, because it is easing it out. Again, in normal card, this just falls away. But because we've got that finishing sort of bite to it, it takes that little bit of time. There we go. And we take that off and you get the absolute perfect rim to go all the way around. So again, that can be used on its own, or it can be used around the piece. But watch through the video to see how we use that one. But of course, what we then get is a perfect full piece to go behind. So that will fit perfectly behind our robin and fit exactly right. So I've got a piece here I've already done. So I've just glued these together using a little bit of glue glaze because I'm using a sort of mirror glitter card. You can see there. And then we want to take the little piece of the body and pop him in. And then I use one of our micron pens. So I use the 3mm micron pen. And just using that as a guide, colour through, because this will draw, it's permanent. So a micron pen is the best thing to do this with onto the card. Keep colouring through until you've got the black eye in place. And there we have the eye, and it really brings him to life. So to finish this and make a really simple card with this, this is something that you could do really quickly to make really effective Christmas cards very, very quickly. Your sort of bin men cards, as I call them, the one where you need 20 in 2 hours. Really simple to do. So I've got a piece of coconut white card here, and this has just been cut to 4 3/4 inches by 4 3/4, and I've got the Happy Christmas sentiment from my Handy Sentiments clear stamp set. And because I'm using black, I can use black ink, so simply ink that in black, and I'm going to pop that down here in the bottom right hand corner using the precision press. We get that perfect. And always do your stamping first, and then I'm going to emboss. So I'm using the Hawthorne 3D embossing folder from my Christmas collection. Place that evenly, because obviously it's a smaller piece, around all 4 sides, and we simply emboss that. When that's embossed, you see the Happy Christmas doesn't warp or anything, it works perfectly, but we get that beautiful sort of hawthorn branch, sort of olives. It could be absolutely anything on this embossing folder, but it just gives that perfect back image to it. So we're going to take our robin and some of our 3D glue gel, and simply add that on. Obviously adding foam tape to this would be very difficult, so I'm just adding a few little pieces of the 3D glue gel. If you're concerned about adding this on, you can use the syringe to actually add your piece on, or add your glue on. So before I actually add my robin, I'm going to take my card blank, and this has been cut to 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So this is using a sort of perfect commercially bought 6x6 card blank, as they size between 5 3/4 and 5 7/8. And I've matted and layered a little bit more of the gold and a little bit more of the black. I think black and gold really stands out at Christmas. And we take our robin and just position him across that flat centre. And there we've got a really beautiful but quick, simple card to make using the JND541 Robin Branch die set. For more ideas, hints, tips and inspiration, why not have a look at the John Next Door official page on Facebook.